worked out on what you really want, what you don't want. It's just like winnowing, where you blow a and life got very challenging after the month of September. I told you I took a plan. Some of you feel that plans don't work. It's not about to-do list. That extra 5 minutes that I always reserve, or 20 minutes sometimes that I reserve to enjoy my passion. I hope you all are enjoying the last month of this year. Are you all ready to celebrate the new year? Are you ready to celebrate Christmas? We had a lot of festivals recently, and yes, the end of this year, 2023. I thought of speaking about planning today. Having a rough plan is always important. I know that life is unpredictable and sometimes you may not be able to stick to your plan. Sometimes I also feel, what is the use of having a plan or sketching an outline of what you really want to do? But it helps. Suppose you face some challenges in life, you will know what exactly you need to do. You will not be left at crossroads of life, because you have a rough plan. You have worked out on what you really want, what you don't want. It's just like winnowing, where you blow a current of air into the grains and you separate the grains from the chaff. Yeah, so you will know what you want, what you don't want in life, because you have a plan in front of you. And even if you have unpredictable situations, you will know where you are standing. Now, when I look at myself, I thought of sharing my experience. I never had solid plans in the beginning of the year. There were a lot of things that I had to work on, especially the financial factors, my work schedule. I had to check if I'll be able to complete my projects, my commitments. When you add something to your list that's new, you need to be sure that the others don't lag, right? I hope you understand the problems that we face sometimes. But I worked out a plan, and I think to an extent I was able to stick to my plan. And life got very challenging after the month of September. I told you I took a course, and all of us in the family fell sick at the same time. I remember I had to take a teaching practice session, and I'll be doing a video on CELTA. I'll give you more details, where you're observed by your tutors. I was having severe throat infection. I didn't know what to do. But because I had prepared, because I had a solid plan before me, it was much easier to tackle the challenges. My throat was paining when I really took the session, but life is like that. So having a plan really works. And also, I always wanted to make a note of the books that I read. I always read, I like reading, but it's like, just like some of you, I read, I forget the story, I forget the words. So I really wanted to take a note of the books I liked, and some of the books really helped me with words and phrases. So already I have showed this to you. So I used to draw pictures, I used to stick the sketchings of the books that I read, and something that really helps me in life. So also at the same time, as I told you in one of the videos, I take notes, I take down the words without the meaning. So these are little things that I did. I started working on this habit, and some of you have a plan, some of you feel that plans don't work. It's not about to-do list, okay? I'm speaking about having a plan, rough plan in your mind on what you really want to do. You will definitely be knowing where you stand, whether you're a beginner, whether you're an intermediate learner when it comes to English language speaking and learning. You need to know from where you should begin. Maybe you have taken a couple of sessions, maybe you have done something in your life, maybe things may or may not work, but still, where do you stand? Where did you falter? Where did you go wrong? And which methods, which strategies worked for you is really important. So assessment is not always taking examination or getting corrected by a teacher or a trainer, but find out for yourself, evaluate yourself first. Self-evaluation is important. When you evaluate yourself, you don't have to be very harsh and rude on yourself, saying that I can't do it. This is something that's really not going to happen for me. because your inner voice and subconscious mind is very, very important. Okay, I've already done a video on that. And after self evaluation, if you want, you can cross check with a trainer, with a tutor. See, teaching will not help you all the time, but if you have an expert in front of you, you can have a conversation with the person who will not really judge you, who will not discourage you. Because I can tell you that some teachers are very judgmental. I have seen such people. And when I speak about plans, I get reminded of the lesson plans. Some teachers really work out the lesson plans. Hope you know what a lesson plan is. Some of them will have everything on the paper. I have seen teachers having beautiful books with pictures and plans, because I was working as a teacher's trainer. But you observe their classes, when you go to observe their classes in the classrooms, their interaction with the student, they will really not have a plan. And at the same time, everything will be there in the book. So I always observe, and I sometimes feel bad that everything is there on the paper. And sometimes they will be using the same plan for 10 to 15 years, sometimes 40 years, and could be even rigid in not making a basic plan. I have really come across teachers who say, I've been working for 40 years, I don't have to really work on a plan. It comes like this. Fine, it's okay, but it's good to have a plan, a second plan if something doesn't work. Yes, so yeah, that is something that really came to my mind now. So after evaluation, you can ask somebody to check your level, have a discussion with a person who's not judgmental, and find out the problem that you really have, and then work on it if you're not able to analyze and evaluate for yourself. And another thing that you could do is, from the evaluation and from the assessment part, you can always work out a plan. How many words I'm going to learn in a day? Now think practically. You cannot say, I will learn 20 words when you really know that you can just learn 5 words. 5 words really make a difference. Learning 1 word a day is very important. So when you learn a word a day, it really makes a big difference. So suppose you learn a word a day, and by the end of the week, you will have 7 words with you. Just go through the words if you have it in a book, and try to incorporate the words in your conversation in short sentences. If you're not able to remember the 8th word, don't get frustrated. Don't learn it in order. You can just learn it randomly. Believe me, when you speak with people, when you get involved in a conversation, these words will pop up because you've put in some work. It will not take much time. It's not enough that you keep saying to yourself or keep telling others that I want to work on my English, I want to think in English, and all such things. You need to take some effort. And these are the ways in which you can take the effort. The next one is thinking in English. I've seen people, even expert trainers, saying you need to think in your mother tongue and then think in English. No. When you're working on a particular language, you need to think in that language. Even if you know only 4 words, try to make short sentences, have an image in your mind, and then develop it. Suppose you know only 4 words, suppose you know only 3 words, it's okay, you can make short sentences. You think about the idea that you want to convey and then put it in words. I've already done a video on how to do it for elementary and beginner learners. Advanced learners can always work on phrases, idioms, words. They know how to do it. Just take the method from here and then use it there. Now coming to beginners, if you really don't know many words, you will know some prepositions, you will know some connectives, you will know a few words. Try to use it in sentences. Think in English. And then it is definitely correct when you say that I don't know if I'm making a mistake. Yes, when you don't know if you are making a mistake, when you really cannot find out if you're really making a mistake, you need to take the help of a tutor, a trainer. I always suggest a trainer or a tutor because a trainer will show you how to do it. The activities will be done with you. And also a tutor is different. Teaching is different. If you really want the person to give you everything just like that, then you need to approach a teacher. But the next point is keep a track of what you're doing. Even if you approach a teacher or a tutor or a trainer, you need to see how much I have covered. Okay, the teacher or the tutor completed so much. I've been given all these guidelines, but did I do this? Did I do this doesn't mean just working on the assignments or completing the homework. I've seen students who just complete the homework and then they say that's done, but you need to do some work from your part. So keep a track on how much you have done. It's not whether you have done so much, but little bit is done. That's great. And sometimes I feel that one step is not taken by the learners. You know why that happens? Because you always go for instant methods. Today we are living in this fast world. Okay, your brain is also fast, but if you don't keep practicing, nothing is going to get registered. Your brain is organic, language is organic. So if you want to get the result immediately, learn English within 30 days and just speak fluently, that's absolute nonsense. I will call it nonsense. You will progress every day. There will always be updates. Every day you will feel the difference. But it's not that you finish everything by the end of a course or you finish learning by the end of 30 days. You progress. Okay, and sometimes you're not able to even feel that progress because you're not taking the necessary steps. Just being present physically and sometimes mentally also in a classroom will not help you learn. So I'm very sure that the course creators and people who take sessions will go slow if you want them to go slow. I'm talking about genuine people, not about people who are always interested in making money. So when they go slow, they cover a particular portion. They cover so much. Or they talk to you on a particular topic and they'll give you some guidelines. Don't you think it's necessary to work on that? So when you do an activity in the class, I always tell my learners, if I show you a picture and if I ask you to speak on the picture, of course the learners will speak, they will say different things and then I'll correct them, I'll give them the feedback. You can try doing the same activity with different pictures at home. Of course, you may not have your tutor or trainer to correct you, but there is a flow that you develop. You may even research subconsciously on new words. You will gradually begin thinking in English because you have a picture in front of you. Okay, you've already tried the activity with your trainer or tutor. You got corrected. Now you have some ideas in your mind. And when you have a different picture in front of you, you will definitely gather ideas. You will have different words in your mind. You will put it together. Believe me, you will be able to do it one step better than what you did earlier. And for that, you need to research a bit. How much time will it take to research? 5 minutes? Even if you don't sit and read books, even if you don't sit and study, if you do that, it's well and good. I think sparing 5 minutes or 10 minutes on certain aspects of language learning will definitely benefit. See, when I look at myself, I'm quite busy with my sessions, and you know that everybody is busy. You need to look after your family, you need to do a lot of things simultaneously. You need to work as a team at home and also at your workplace. You may not have the time to always read books and study new words. But that extra 5 minutes that I always reserve, or 20 minutes sometimes that I reserve to enjoy my passion, to work on my language that I always adore, makes a difference. That is what I'm trying to tell you. Planning really works. So that is why I shared my experience also with you. So what I'm telling you is do some work every day. And that will definitely help you. And it will be good if you can put out your plans. I'm not talking about your resolutions and your goals, long-term goals and such kind of things. Short-term goals, what are you aiming for? Exactly where are you going to focus? It's not just learning English, that's a broader plan. What am I going to do? Where do I lag? What is it that I'm lacking? What is it that I have to really work on? Focus, zero it down and then begin working. You will definitely notice a change. So I hope this video helps you, and please take a note of the video description, and I hope you will definitely put out your plans and discuss it with your trainers or mentors. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.